want to do a podcast? We make a darn good team. It always goes without a hitch. Let's head to Twitch and go start up the stream. Do you want to do a podcast? It's the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Let's start now. Hi everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast.
Come? Alright, I'll do my own bits myself.
Oh wait, no silence.
We're doing it. Get off the road.
Hey Dave!
Hey Boner!
Why did Prince fall in love with the girl in line in front of him at Cold Stone Creamery? She ordered raspberry sorbet. Oh. Immediate from the live audience.
That's a head scratcher. I don't get that one. I'm not going to say it's not funny because I got a reaction from people who got it. But
Okay.
I am not the target audience for that joke.
That's fair. That's fair. Hello everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast. I'm Boder.
I'm Dave Mann.
Consider all yourselves the target audience for the next hour of wildness coming your way. Starting with a Twitch ban. Starting with, we've skipped this the last couple weeks, but this week we get to start off with Twitch being weird. I don't know yet if this was someone doing a silly thing or if this was Twitch bringing the hammer down unfairly. Mm-hmm. So, let's see. This was Exo Hydra X. She's faced previous suspensions, including one that was a permanent suspension that then Twitch said, you know what, no, you're fine, come on back. She did a stream that was just an IRL, just chatting stream, and got banned for it. And she says that it was, quote, it's apparently not worth being on Twitch if you are black and curvy. And she compared what she was wearing to what white streamers have worn, and like, how is this fair that I got banned for this? Some of the ones that she compared to, like Amaranth, have had suspensions before, but never permanent. They've come back, whatever. And it's just something that, like, when I see something like this and someone says, I was banned for this, how did this? I usually end up looking for, like, there has to be another reason. And I didn't see something like that. Like, this could very well been a case of a Twitch moderator, you know, a bunch of bad faith reports and a moderator being like, yeah, you know what, banned. Twitch, of course, didn't comment. Twitch is really bad about being transparent when it comes to things like this. And as much as a lot of the time on Twitch bans, we like to highlight, oh, well, someone is now in the find out phase after St. Jude stream. Someone's finding out. In this particular case, it's like, I think this is probably one of the cases of Twitch kind of bringing the hammer down, maybe unfairly.
It's much nicer when we have the case of the internet has made a mistake. Let's talk about why it was a mistake and what they could do differently, as opposed to one of our hottest topics over the years, which was people using the tools to help moderate channels, to help moderate people based upon their feelings and opinions that are just, very internet-based and deserve to be slapped on the wrist for opening their mouths. But
just a bunch of bad faith stuff. So who knows exactly what that was. Again, this one I think was supposedly a permanent ban, but those have been reversed before for a lot of people, including for EXO before. Unclear whether she's going to be able to return to Twitch, if she's going to move to YouTube where she originally got her streaming start. And of course there's people saying, hey, you should move to Kick. Dave, do I need to explain? Are we continuing the?
I feel like I've heard Kick before, but I don't remember. Although I did on Wednesday mention a fun trick where if you type in anything .com/Boaterbug. You can find Boater, but I did mention Kick is probably not a place that would work.
I feel like I should grab it just to squat on it.
I do know more than a couple people who have done that to make sure that their IPs are not being used by others on the platform.
And if you steal that from me right now, I will pay you $5 to get it back. That was a bad idea. I just told someone to extort me for $5.
And I will pay you $4 for it, and then I'll have it.
I will pay you. You put $5 into my St. Jude campaign to get it back.
All right, I'm download. Nothing will get me to download Kick.
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, so that's Exohydra X, who was banned on Twitch this past week, and maybe I'll have a follow-up for that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to follow stuff like this, but we'll see. If I do find an update, I'll make sure to bring it back. So
apologies, I was doing the last-minute self-promoting that I forgot to do on the social medias. Again, really unfortunate when things like that are used against them. And hopefully the right thing is done in the end.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't watched this program before and you don't know what that lean is, just keep tuning in and you'll figure it out. In the next 7 days, there's 3 games, and there's a theme of the 3 games unintentionally picked out by me until I was writing notes about it, and I thought, these trailers are presented in full 18K high definition Nerd Vision!
Oh, I need to back up. It's
Steve,
getting bigger.
Steve Spearfingers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This first game, coming out today for Windows, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, and it's called After Us. Not us, and not you, us, but you play as Gaia, the spirit of life, in a post-human world, to save the spirits of all manner of animals, flora, and fauna who have passed in what will inevitably be blamed on us. And it's rightfully earned. It is not, of course, a game that's going to change the paradigm and, everyone's going to start doing things. But if you're a fan of story-driven and just interesting visual locales and things like that, a lot of fun. The trailer kind of hooked me around, and I look forward to seeing more of it in the future.
Some parts of it are definitely given me Abzu vibes, which was what I played earlier. That's all kind of like undersea kind of look. And while the specifics seem different, some of the theming and such seems kind of appropriate. But Journey, I see a big old pupper. So.
Journey looks weird.
I see a big old pupper, so I'm down in Wales. So yep.
Wales. I don't know where that quote's from, but I know somebody yelled it, probably in an inappropriate YouTube video. The whales
is Dragon Ball Z abridged.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Inappropriate. Never mind.
We could use whales.
Whales, guys. Oh, Krillin, you'll never win.
Man,
anything.
just the old internet hive mind of like, hi, we both know this reference, but we're not sure from where. It's just stewing in the cerebellum somewhere.
Of course, we'd forget Krillin. But
owned.
The next game, very similar theming, but in a different way. Coming out on today for PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X, a Microsoft exclusive, is Planet of Lana. Now, this one I think is very interesting. It's an off-Earth odyssey. You keep a planet in balance between human, nature, and animal. It's not a war story. It's a vibrant planet with a journey to keep it that way. When suddenly faceless intruders come to the planet and start wrecking stuff. Ooh. I got very much a lot of vibes of oh my goodness, another platformer just flew out of my head. It was the one where your character is a black outline with 2 white dot eyes. Limbo, thank you. I got very much Limbo vibes from the controls and the game style. Where it's not a combat game. There's not a fighting mechanic. It is you and your companion, unnamed per se, because it could be Lana, but you will have to play the game and find out.
Kind of dark, unsettling puzzle platformer. And not necessarily literally dark, but yeah, like, I definitely see what you mean about getting Limbo vibes off of it.
Another good
Colorful
game.
Limbo,
Another
yeah.
game talking about the balance of nature and technology and humanity and other things. And, of course, our last game is one that brings all of those themes of nature and balance and things like that and scrambles to a cave and hides for many years until some yon journeymen come there and take away that precious from them. Coming out on the 25th for Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and to be announced on the Switch, a game that takes place 8 years before an ill-fated birthday party where an uncle decides he's kinda done living around here, and he sets his nephew upon a journey that really is asking quite a bit of your family. No, it's not me having to move out my uncle, it's the Lord of the Rings Gollum. This game was originally shown to us in 2019, a short teaser trailer. I got super excited about it, and it was announced to be coming out on September 1st, 2022. They announced on July 25th of that same of 2022 that hey, it's not going to be coming out on time. So we're gonna delay it a few months, and then they kicked that can down the road to this week, people. It's coming out, and you should be excited.
Get the game, precious.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and if they weren't just blowing smoke with why they delayed it, it should be at least a serviceable Lord of the Rings game. Really, really hoping it's better than that. But after, still to this day going back to the Lord of the Rings games on the PS2 for my Lord of the Rings fix, It is what it is, and you get what you get. I know, it's really weird, and it almost seems like they spent all of the advertising budget before the game actually came out, and then when they delayed it so long, they're like, what do you mean no refunds?
Their advertising budget went up to the original release day, and then it was like, oh no, we still have 8 months before it comes out. Oh well. And so it's WB, right? They've got the. I know they published the previous Lord of the Rings ones. I assume they've just got the license for it.
Let's have a quick Steve. Could you Google that for us? Who's producing? I didn't see a WB logo on there.
No, I didn't.
But that doesn't mean it wasn't in association with at some point or another.
WB's been a nice punching bag lately for making dumb decisions, so that would have been easy to believe. I'll be sad if it's not okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with a delay, you hope that it's game polish, and at worst case, it's well, if the marketing goes away and then we release it quietly, maybe nobody will notice that it's poop.
I mean, they expressly said we're delaying the game because it needs to be up to the quality of Lord of the Rings fans, and then they announced the new release day, like, very loudly on their own social medias, but...
This is it that makes it better, precious. No, he wants us to forget about it. No, it's better.
Produced by Daedalic Interactive and
Yes.
Nacon.
Okay.
Interesting.
So...
Nacon used to be Big Ben Studios.
Oh, cool! Oh! Why did they they probably combined. Probably merged.
Okay. A delayed game may be good, but a rushed one is almost always bad. I'll take my delays. Yeah, that's very true.
Look at, and you know what? We'll forever be able to hold this over our heads. Look at the Sonic movie. We asked, it was delayed, and it was good! And now we're getting a fourth one?
I'm going to go on a slight tangent here in that the director of Final Fantasy XVI mentioned that the intention is to put enough polish into that game's release that it will not need a huge day one patch, which is kind of getting standard lately. Like, Jedi Survivor had a day one patch that was larger than the original install on PC. So the idea of, like, it being a good game from the get-go is something that is like, Aw, how early 2000s of you.
Oh, how pre-Bethesda owning the market of you.
I mean, how pre-online console generation of you.
yes.
Where it just had to be good on the disc.
Or people were... Well, actually...
Or it was a bad game.
It was a bad game, and stores everywhere were going to go, well, you're buying all these copies back because ain't nobody getting them.
Yeah, like, if a game was bad on release day, even on PC, the idea of day one patches, like, to fix a gameplay patch wasn't a thing. Patches exist for games. Sometimes you would have... Way back in my day, you would download the patches manually, and it would be like little balance adjustments or like a small bug being quashed. But like the game was fully ready to go on the disc, with few exceptions. Big rigs over the road racing, which let it be a big joke. For example,
It is so bad. How do you drive faster in reverse? How? Why?
I can tell you from my recent truck gaming experience that you do not actually drive faster in reverse, but that's probably a good thing.
Always a good thing when your reverse isn't faster than any of your gears. Still 15 minutes on our snack vote. This week, because we double baconed last week, I have gone back to hosting the entire snack schmaz. So I have ketchup chips, buffalo pretzels, or the mystery box. It could be anything.
How long has that mystery box been? Has it been the same item?
I did update it for the head off, and because it wasn't selected, I'm going to leave what's in there until it is selected. Consequences be absolutely darned. Arrives to hello pretzels. I mean, we do have a member of our audience who works with pretzels.
He is very not happy with that association.
Too bad. You work with pretzels. I work with kids. Border works with cars. Steve works with children.
Okay, so Dave, what have you been up to the past 7 days? What have you been playing and so forth?
I was really proud of this week's theme because this week for all the St. Jude's play live streaming, which was pretty much all I did this week, was you asked for it and now I have to let you have it. We had some cosplay guests on the weekend Wednesday and had astronomical success, and I cannot thank Instagram at Ashley is a lot and Instagram at Magical League Cosplays. They're also on TikTok and other platforms. Highly recommend you check them out. And I also really have to thank Steve for originally was going to help me out at the start and then leave and then decided just to stay to help with these things. It was so much fun smashing pottery, and then I did. Apologies, I have a lot to say at this particular juncture, so I do sincerely apologize that I'm running over my plug time. But
you're good. Go for it.
I did warn them. By the way, this is your first weekend Wednesday. Sometimes we don't wind up playing the game that we set out to do. And I cited, I was like, because God of War, we played like 20 minutes of it, and then we did 40 minutes of sea shanties. Like, or when we played Control, we did that, and then we wound up talking about
Remember.
Steve, what was the thing? The SCP Foundation.
Yes.
Because I didn't know what that was, and you really referred to
hey,
it,
this
and I was like,
reminds me
I
of
don't know
SCP.
what that is.
And
Like,
I ended up just like reading some entries to you, and we played more than 20 minutes of that game, but it was still just like background to our nonsense.
and then so many other titles that have had the very confusing to me but infinite fortune of people would rather have the interactions and things rather than the advertised game. Getting to play some ukulele and having Lee sing with me, and then watching the two heroes of Hyrule physically break the physics engine of the world in that they threw the pot at the ground, it bounced, and then shattered on the floor after the second. Like, not on the first try ever once for either of them.
No, of course.
And then, of course, everyone's ungodly generosity at that juncture, and I cannot thank everyone enough, and I still don't understand why people were so, but other than to support St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and thank you for that. Winding up wearing Steve's butcher coat from the blind taste test stream we did the week before, and being covered in garlic butter, 3 different kinds of syrup, peanut butter, and jelly, because I ran out of whipped cream, which is why I brought this in, so that I will not run out of things for people to pie me with if donated to.
You still smell delicious.
I'm glad. Although not good, and that explains why one of my kids bit me last week, which is why I have the schneefels. So that was the weekend Wednesday. It was a lot of fun. Yuka Watch was a lot of really fun, and I was really excited because it was the first time where I had a moment where I was like, oh my god, this one artist, Devin Townsend, that I'm a very big fan of, highly recommend check him out, and I decided to just tangentially play all the music that was on there. I don't have Devin Townsend's guitar talent or singing voice, but I had a lot of fun playing it, and I really appreciate everyone who was in chat, hanging out, and made that not feel bad.
Right.
Because it was not great. Because I cannot play any string instrument as well as him. Skip along to... I'll talk about what I streamed on Sunday in a little bit when we're talking about the Team Caladrius stuff, because it requires certain headgear. But, and then we had our donation incentive from last year where we, myself and League at Reaper, sat down for 12 hours and played what was originally going to be a punishment. Because if you remember, I played a previous 12-hour stream, and it was this bag of krepunz, which is Dynasty Warriors 9. Yuck, awful, stay there. But I found, people told me, and people kept teasing, that, oh, a sequel to that came out. Which is Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. What could go wrong? If one game was awful, the other one surely can't be... It was fun. It was very weird, very uncomfortable that it was fun. I will admit, the sin tally started to climb when the game first started, and a lot of things were not only not explained, but weren't shown or even in a obnoxious text box like Dynasty Warriors 9 had. So in the total 12-hour of Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires on Monday, there was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 sins. Be it, things going on, things that didn't work, stuff like that. And it was fun. We had a lot of fun. We had so much fun, actually, that League It today kept trying to schedule the time where we're going to finish our takeover of China, because we have 3 provinces left in the whole country, and technically another one that some rebels took over, but they don't count because they're not an organized government. And it was just so fun. And after 12 hours, the unfortunate thing of, did you capture China yet? Did you capture China yet? No, we didn't. But we are so close. And so it was a lot of work. And I am infinitely thankful to everyone who came to the studio to hang out during these streams, all the people that joined me in chat, all the people that donated, all the people that put their efforts in to support what I had going on, and all that. And also, it was Alex's birthday last week, and so it was a big old hoot getting to go back to Don't Play With Your Food, to see Bill again, to try out the pizzas, which, by the way, delicious. In total, I had a pizza to myself that I couldn't finish, an order of fries, a third food item that I don't remember because I was enjoying the fries too much. What?
Nachos.
Yes, nachos. That's why, because in my head I'm like, oh, sweet and salty, da-da-da. It all went in sour cream and ketchup anyway. And then a large Mountain Dew that I got this time out of the fountain gun. Bill remembered last time and how that didn't work. Pre-opening, they are fantastic. Highly recommend, because for $10, your whole group can go and play over 600 board games, literally as long as you want. And an order of nachos, an order of fries, an order of a whole pizza and things, in total with tip was less than $30. Like, you can't beat these prices, people. You literally can't. The food was amazing. Getting to see the equipment in action was also fun because they let me go in the kitchen because I begged. Because I really wanted to see that pizza oven in action.
Yeah. Oh, they were so proud of that when they were showing us.
It was so cool. Demon Dragon, usually the Empire's games don't explain stuff. They assume you've played the first game. I won't lie, it was 8:30 in the morning, and the fact that we had to do logistics management the game to start was that got them probably 10 sins right off the bat. Because I was expecting hacky slashy, not sit there and diplomatically discuss your issues with the other countries. But Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires is actually going to be reappearing on the weekend Wednesday the first weekend Wednesday after St. Jude's Play Live, because Liget wants to get revenge and finish his domination of China, and I cannot wait for it. How about you, Boater? What have you been up to? What have you been watching? What have you been streaming?
Playing not a whole lot new and novel. American Truck Simulator, where I got a turnpike double and caused a whole lot of shenanigans. It's like, that's wheel long and not legal in most states. Well, it was legal in this state and this state. Sorry, Idaho in the middle. I'm coming through. Let's see. Had another great played up stream with Misty.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've ended up playing a lot of stuff, but none of it has been like stuff that is, I think, a lot of commenting on the game necessarily.
Okay.
It's like in off stream, it's been playing more Mass Effect Andromeda again, which has been really nice.
Very nice.
I did want to say really quick, because I forgot to mention it last week, that I had watched Star Wars Visions, which came out on Star Wars.
Yeah!
The second season. So the first season came out a couple of years ago, and it was all like, Japanese studios, and I have opinions on the ones that are very much worth watching, the ones that are skippable, and the ones that are a mixed bag in between. And same thing with Volume 2. The first and last ones, in my personal opinion, are amazing, like start to finish, and absolutely recommended watching. There are a couple others that, unfortunately, that it's been an extra week, I don't remember off the top of my head, that are like, oh, well, that's rough in spots, but like otherwise, like really good. It's all, every studio is in a different country internationally. So the one that was by the Indian studio had a ton of really cool stuff going on. The one from the Chilean studio had most of them had gorgeous art styles. Yes. Chilean, Irish, just a bunch of studios all over. The only thing that was, while we were watching it, it kind of got to the point of like, oh, this one is also starring and centered on children who are doing dumb things. Stop. You're being hunted by the Empire. Stop using the Force just for a silly thing. Just stop. Just stop. You have an Inquisitor on your tail. Don't use it to grab a pie. Other than that, I enjoyed it. And again, if it's maybe not quite your thing, I highly recommend watching the first and last ones in the second volume anthology. And then at that point, it's just an hour to get through the rest of them. So may as well. It's more Star Wars. So...
I do have a surprise, in so much as I'm going to spoil some things for a television show that has been out for a very long time that I finally caught up on. Did you guys know that Bo-Katan was actually brought back to the traditional ways of Mandalore? Because when she went to go rescue Din Djarin, she had her helm on and dove into the waters on Mandalore, and then came back up and didn't remove the helmet the whole time till she got back, and then proceeded to not remove the helmet for a very long time, which was awesome. Mandalorian Season 3. I like it. I think it's my favorite season thus far of all of them. But I also like background milieu information and stuff like that. Yeah. Which is why... what is the name of the show? Visions. I'm always Star Wars Stories. I'm like, that's not the full title of it. Star Wars Visions always does it for me, because I love to learn about that guy who's like, you want to buy death sticks? I'm like, I want to know that man's story. Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan's cool, but what about the people who worked with Obi-Wan on the desert planet?
Yeah, like I'm over following, like I'm over it when it comes to the Skywalkers and their immediate relations. I want to hear more stories from the universe. Sure, I'm excited for Ahsoka to come out, but like I'm really bummed that Rogue Squadron as I think a movie got canceled.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Andor for multiple reasons. One of them being like it's not Star Wars and the Force and the hero's journey thing. Katie Sackhoff, who plays Bo-Katan in both Mandalorian and the Star Wars animated series, says she loves playing Bo in the helmet because it lets her be more expressive. She finds it hard to be as stoic as Bo-Katan's face usually is. Yeah, when she was voicing Bo-Katan in Clone Wars, like, she would make all kinds of expressive things to try to get that right performance, and then, oh, I can't do that. Hold on. Meanwhile, in the helmet, I don't know more about the guy who took the ice cream maker when he evacuated Cloud City.
Yes! I must know what sort of sweet confections were made while the evacuation procedures were underway.
His name is Wilro Hood, and there is so much to tell about him. I know it. I know it's out there.
He's in Lego Star Wars as well.
That's right. He is in Lego Star Wars. He has a great little like side mission.
Star Wars and Star Trek, the two franchises that
He's related
just have...
to the guy who grabbed the margaritas in Jurassic World.
You mean Mr. Margaritaville himself? That was the cameo of what? Who? Jimmy Buffett. Thank you. That was actually Jimmy Buffett, by the way, running with both margaritas in his hands.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Buffett. He runs off with the margaritas.
Absolutely hilarious. Eaten by dinosaurs in Margaritaville. But it was really nice to just sit down and absolutely blow through the last like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian because I'd been chipping away at it quietly. Mm-hmm. But can't wait for more. Can't wait for different. Can't wait to see what they decide to do. And hopefully the teams that are responsible for those stories are then given other stories to tell and more. And
hopefully
different.
those stories get to stay there.
Don't uncanonize our stories!
I have some things to say about Disney Plus doing that kind of thing, but we've got about 50 seconds left for you to predict or tell us what we're going to try with your channel points. So we're going to do that first. And then...
It's not a waste of channel points. You are merely spending your time wisely.
Yeah. And then after that, we'll talk about how fundraising has gone, because we skipped a little bit over... our fundraising streams because we do have clips to share. It's been another awesome week with Caladrius.
My tiny 10 points is considered 0% of the vote. Boo! Rude! Steve, fix it!
They say 1%, even if it's inaccurate. Always round up to 1%.
Oh, there's still 10 seconds remaining. I was like, I clicked on it and it didn't open up the window. 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting's closed.
Happy New Year.
Awful snacks be abound. And now the links, by the way, to both Boater and my St. Jude's Play Live campaigns.
Who dropped their entire... Why do I ask?
I am going to... Can't say that on stream.
Seconds ago, that showed the mystery box with 100% of the vote. Amslayer came in and dropped his entire table of chips. 63,000.
Love it.
For ketchup chips, which I've had before. It's Canada.
Ketchup chips, the mystery box with 38% of the vote, and buffalo pretzels with 1% of the vote.
We choose the mystery box anyway. I don't.
Sorry about your luck. People that decided to vote for something, I still have 120K, by the way. It's not my fault. I've been doing streaming on this network for infinitely longer before they decided to actually do things with the channel points. But these have been a reward. They are an exotic snack from exotic lands. And by that I mean they're from the Great White North. These have been there for a while, but they have not been in Doritos form.
Well, that's true. I haven't had ketchup Doritos before. But yeah, ketchup potato chips have just... I don't know. It's a thing in Canada. I've certainly...
For your viewing pleasure, it's called Tiny Ketchup Doritos.
I've had ketchup... It's been a while, but I've had ketchup potato chips when I was in Canada, doing films with friends there, undisclosed number of decades ago. But yeah, ketchup Doritos.
Or do you
I
want
wasn't-
some durian candy, Alec?
I wasn't
plenty
a-
at the house. You're welcome.
I wasn't a fan really of like ketchup potato chips. We'll see how the ketchup Doritos do by comparison.
Tangy ketchup.
They look like regular nacho cheese Doritos. So if you put these in a bowl, just out there,
Nobody
you're gonna
will
have
know.
a lot of upset.
Nobody's
people.
gonna know. No one's gonna know.
They're weirdly oniony.
I have a spoiler alert for everybody.
Oh, there it is. There's the vinegar.
I absolutely love these chips.
There's the
Oh.
vinegar.
Ketchup.
At first, it just tasted like a Dorito,
Yeah.
but after like 3 or 4 seconds, it's all of a sudden, oh, it doesn't taste like ketchup. It tastes like the vinegar.
It's vinegar, tomato, and Dorito, in my opinion.
I
I'm getting
absolutely love
almost
these.
no tomato here. I'll try another one, but
It's very faint tomato.
yeah,
I
it's
don't hate it. It's odd. I'd eat them. They're Doritos.
I really like these. I had them before. I bought a small bag of them to try them at my lunch break, and then I ate the whole bag. Not one of these size, smaller than that. I could pack this
Right.
bag away though.
so this one was a purchased in the Great White North, correct? Or
No.
is this is available here now.
This is available inside the borders of one United States.
Yeah,
Are you a
Not-
fan of them?
Not driving with me.
You can take the bag with you.
Oh, okay. Cool. Want some more out?
I mean, worth trying. More like Rick and Mortis is very upset because now she wants Doritos. Mix in the nacho Doritos with the ketchup Doritos to upset people even further. Whichever
Folks-
one you want, you're getting the other.
I have a challenge for you now that we're into the meat of the program.
Brunerd, welcome. It's a Canadian delicacy right behind poutine.
We have links to mine and Boater's campaigns, and if you donate $10 to either mine or Boater's campaign during the duration, I will invite Boater to have a durian candy.
You're welcome.
Durian flavored candy for a $10 donation. They are
I've barely even heard of a durian. It sounds like a durian sounds like a Star Wars character.
it's that fruit that is very pungent, is it not?
It is known to be very pungent. It's said to smell like rotting. However, it is the flavor profile of vanilla cream, very sweet, but it also tastes like garlic. Yeah, that's what they say it tastes like. I think it tastes like onion and caramel, but you know.
It's very
Interesting.
funny, more like a commercial. You should say I opened it very businesslike because this is what's inside this box, by the way. Shark cans that are for helping. Book of Mad Libs, a cheeseburger hat.
Oh, we got a cheeseburger.
Sour slime. Some
I got a
fingered
pizza.
Symbols. Some Astro glasses.
I
or
love
these googly
those.
eyes. Roshin milk candies. Sour pickleballs. Thanks so much, Alec.
You're welcome.
Wait, is Alec there? Yes, he is. Both pungent and spiky. Oh, so like you. I want Boater to try them.
Milk candy is actually
You both should put on the kaleidoscope glasses. I will bring mine in next week so we can do that. Is there water in the cooler? Because I just have Dorito in my mouth. This wouldn't be a fair try while I still have that Dorito
I
in my
believe
mouth.
there is.
Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go cleanse the
I
older palate.
I do have some fun stories. To do actually, yeah. When you get back, we'll talk about the team.
Okay, cool. I will be back in 20 seconds. Count me
If
down.
you do the donations, by the way, please let us know. But it is one $10 donation to either myself or to Boater, or both. I mean, if you choose to, that'll be awesome.
I'm gonna crash for a quick story after you're all good.
Yes.
All right, Nintendo 3DS. They have come out, and support has ended for the eShop. Today, Nintendo released an update patch for the Nintendo 3DS.
Can I Johnny Carson you for a second?
Yeah,
I'm gonna dramatically shutting down your eShop, canceling all future digital games, and blocking people from being able to firmware things on your previous 3DS systems with a new patch.
If you already have a pre-modded 3DS, you're fine. You can update. They've
Did they really do it?
if you don't have a pre-updated 3DS, give it 5 days and you'll be able to mod your 3DS. But yeah, how they've not 8 shop, I forgot what the Rosalina Luma mod, whatever, that puts on the custom firmware, it's safe for patches. You could update it, no problem.
Okay.
But yeah, if you don't already have a modded 3DS, then give it a bit, then you should be fine. And then another month, Nintendo will release another update, and the cycle will continue. All right, back to y'all.
Thank you, Steve, for that story, and also apologies to anybody trying to update their systems.
Yeah.
In that regard. So remember, folks, before the end of the stream, one $10 donation to either of the links that are above, or to both, if you so choose to donate. And you will get both of us eating a durian candy.
I'm wondering if I have Tiltify open. I don't. I'll have to.
But you know what we will have open? Team Caladrius has been absolutely smoting the fundraising this year. Absolutely crushing it. I am so proud of everyone for streaming. Mm-hmm. I do firmly believe this is the most streaming done overall by the team hours collectively. Yes, individual folks, I used to have a lot more streams because I was streaming every day, this, that, and the other, but I believe as a collective total of the team, we have the most streams going in, the most effort put in, the most social communicating, the most message getting out there.
Audio.
All right, Steve. Let's try that again. What is
Steve? How much has Team Caladrius raised?
A whopping total of $5,926.
That's the first time I'm hearing that. It's the team just like I was like, I should update the goal to 5,000, and then before I could, the team went. Boom. It's everyone is doing so great. We had so many team members had such a strong week with just like surprising amounts coming in, but that's just the thing is that like people will open their hearts and their wallets for St. Jude because it is such a fantastic cause that like so much of your dollar goes to the actual cause. Someone's the editor from a slumber in his Thank you for the exclamation point, Steve. Alec. Yes, exactly, Kuba, there's yours. It's
Steve, why are we looking at the editing screens?
Sorry, I was...
Steve, why are we looking at picture in picture?
in picture.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's so many streams. There's so much, like, there's such great communication with the team this year, too, going into it. Like, everyone's so engaged, and that's just absolutely wonderful to see. And because there's so many streams, we have so many opportunities to show highlights from those streams. And so, do you want to introduce?
A special shout out to Griff Kuba and our teammates, Griff Kuba and Songbird Misty, who I unfortunately was not able to find any clips of you guys, but please know that both of them are doing a phenomenal job. Had a lot of fun watching Boater and Songbird Misty streaming Played Up this week, and getting to actually play with Songbird Misty in something during Alex's birthday bamboozle in both. It was a lot of fun and a great adventure. So thank you to both of you. You guys are doing amazing, and please remember, for both of you, it's your first year doing this. Myself and Boder are the old farts of it, and we've been doing it for a long time. We have a lot of things. We already have established stream schedules and all this stuff going on. Don't get discouraged just because other people are doing things. I emphasize this every week on the Weekend Wednesday, but please don't devalue what you do by comparing it to other people, because you're not in other people's shoes, you're not in other people's situations, and you may not necessarily know. But talking to the people, asking questions, doing what you're doing, and continuing to find the successes that you both always find, because you're both phenomenal streamers and do such spectacular things. Just very proud of everyone on the team, but those two in particular, because we aren't going to be able to emphasize them outside of this little diatribe. But our first clip comes from a birthday stream for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, where we always say it's for the kids, but is it actually the kids themselves that you can donate? Let's check it out, Steve.
None.
I will donate a child.
No, don't donate a child. Donate money to help the children.
You misunderstand what we're going for.
Spare parts. Spare parts.
No.
What do you mean?
Oh no. We're donating to fight cancer. We're donating to tell cancer.
Absolutely groundbreaking offer to donate one's offspring to support St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
There are many ways that you can contribute. You can use PayPal, you can use a credit card, you can use cryptocurrency.
If you have that laying around, because you know it's worthless.
There's multiple things that you can do. People are not one of those things. But, you can have them, work in a kitchen or something and, just work off the check.
But your generosity is greatly appreciated. Your tenacity and support on Love Alex stream is always appreciated.
The spirit that it was meant in.
Our next clip comes from our good friendo, Brew Nerd, and he brings new meaning to the song, I Believe I Can Fly. Steve?
Tell me where to point the gust, and I'll make it for you. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Back.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one does always make me laugh, and it's the first one Bruner sent to me this one today.
I've seen a lot of clips of Link being gravitationally inclined.
Our next clip features a great supporter, a great friend of the program here, but also a phenomenal World of Warcraft streamer who seemingly can't keep the World of Warcraft propaganda out when they decided to play a different game. This is, of course, Rafe Wolf. Roll it, Steve!
Oh my god, oh my god, this is some real sick maneuver, right? Make more leper gnomes. You heard it here first, kids.
I tuned into that stream. That was
a lot of fun.
She had words for the mower. Most of them were not kind.
Our next clip is one of my favorite incentive streams from Boderbug. Personally, because it's two people that I love and two people that I greatly enjoy seeing building something that we here at Insane Games take a whole lot of pride in and certainly haven't made an entire town of. That, of course, being because of folks' generosity, Boder and Steph came together to build a really cool Lego set. Roll the clip.
There. Yeah.
That was a really short spread. Feel free to do the next one, too, if you want.
I need a second one of
those.
Sorry. It's okay. So I need this one goes here. And then this one goes here. And this one goes.
That was putting together the base, and that set was big. It was like this long, plus the tail of the T-Rex coming off. It's very large.
I just very ebony and ivory of you guys, because I won't lie, when I'm building Lego sets, I'm in, and it's gonna happen. And when it's my turn to build, I'm gonna build it. Like, you had that page, and I don't care that there was only 2 bricks on it. It's now my turn. Turn the page, do the build. Another phenomenal stream, and another fan of our second to last one has a particular controversial spin to it. This being one of the first clips that I've actually just stole it from Sustaina, because he is in the Great White North. He's working very hard to fundraise for St. Jude's, and also working, so we haven't really heard much from him. But this clip calls some Steve actions into question. Roll it, our fair producer.
And neither are you.
It actually says playmakers using tilt controls now.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
It picks and
And now
chooses.
it's saying Steve isn't.
Yeah. Well, Steve got DC. Steve DC.
I don't know how I managed.
I see how this is. DC, so it takes off your tilt controls. I see. You're playing the long game.
I'm using tilt control.
Hey guys, are you ready for the aptly named motions?
There was a glitch.
Excuses.
Very suspicious.
A couple people had the same issue. It just so happened to end on me in that one.
Actually, someone else also redeemed that. Alec, we need your help over here with something. More like rigor mortis redeemed something, and because we both we missed it, we're gonna have a special guest shouter. Do you remember what this means? You're supposed to do.
I do.
Fantastic.
All right. Steve.
What?
What's up?
I do like that he responds. Thank you. We had a special guest shout just for you, more like rigor mortis. And now, would you want to do it together?
Sure.
On 3, 2, 1. Steve!
You don't have to be so loud.
But we do.
So, checking the Tiltify,
Oh?
it looks like...
Was there a $10 donation made?
It looks like DAM314 Play Live 2023 is $10 higher than it was a couple moments ago.
So, Boater, would you be all right contributing and giving of your tongue and energies?
Giving of my tongue,
Giving
David.
of your tongue, taste buds,
I
and
would
a whole
be
digestive
happy
system.
to.
I mean, it would be cash money of you and very cool. Considering, so durian candy. Fake news, says Ham.
Be prepared for the smell.
It's the truth.
Oh!
Ah.
Poor face.
Okay, actually, hold on. Apparently, it killed all the nose sense cells the first time out. Because I don't smell it the second time around.
Delicious. Absolutely.
Taste buds are still able to...
Absolutely delicious durian
Give it a
candy.
minute, it'll be weird. It's gonna go back and forth.
Give it a minute, it'll be weird. Mm-hmm.
It goes back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, it does, though. Like, this is tolerable, and then it reminds me of some of the pungent old... Like...
It tastes like candy, then it tastes like onion or garlic, and then it tastes like candy. And then
It's giving Bean Boozled vibes. It's giving me the... Dave, in order to make the rotten egg go better, exhale through the mouth and inhale through the nose. My favorite gag I ever played on him.
So, spoiler alert, everybody. I actually really enjoy the taste of durian candy. So,
not expected, by the way.
Paul was so upset on Monday. My goodness, that was yesterday. During the 12-hour stream when he donated for me to finally try one of those. Because although Leggett had one, Paul tried one, and you ate one, I hadn't yet because I held out for the dono. And it was absolutely incredible.
I will happily donate Boder's tongue to St. Jude Play Live. Boder unmarks himself as an organ donor. More like rigor mortis ignores it.
Science needs this for science things.
Dave, do you want to intro the... we have one more clip, correct?
We do have one more clip, but it requires a certain headgear. Because it's a clip of everyone's favorite game. Death Stranding for the kids.
You know what?
Norman Reedus has got quite the...
I'm going to go into this one raw. Nothing can hurt me so long as this is still in my mouth.
Norman Reedus has got quite the... character's got quite the arm strength. I'm so sorry, people. But that's just so funny watching the packages just...
Oh. I bet that man could achieve escape velocity on the moon just with a yeet.
It was a lot of fun. For the context for what you saw, I had done porters for the kids, and what I did was I had Sam Porter Bridges. Anytime people donated, $3 I would yeet a package that I currently had, $10 I would do a short yeet delivery, and $20 or more I did a long-term yeet delivery. Well, Mike came through with a $50 donation, and I found out if you yeet an antimatter bomb, it destroys everything in the local area because it may or may not create a small black hole. And even though Sam can yeet things mightily and far, apparently the bomb was not yeeted far enough for Sam to ever survive it. So we didn't actually wind up completing that delivery, and instead I did yeet deliveries across the country. It was an absolute blast. It felt, I will say, it felt a little bad that Dream Memers voted, and they did the Mario Kart stream while I was doing that one, so I didn't get to participate in all the shenanigans and chicanery. But I really appreciate people raiding into me after it was finished. So it was a lot of fun to see and do that. Wow, making Sam look like a FedEx delivery guy. A FedEx delivery guy with a gun. He was just like, hi-yerp, like... The packages yeeted so hard they bounced.
So a FedEx delivery guy in Florida.
Yes.
Chris Cooper with the posture check and hydrate redemptions. Thank you, sir. I need something to rinse this out. Ugh, I'm not having a great time.
Very proud of all of us, and a special shout out to our good friend from Group 6, Leonard, who is now in the top 10 of fundraisers for Play Live this year. He did a stream where Mike and I got very intrigued because he was putting clown makeup on at the beginning of it. And then by the end of it, he had over $9,000 raised for St. Jude Children's Hospital. It was magnifique.
That's awesome.
Scott, you've done Group 6 proud. Our good friends and brethren at Epic Games need not to have been undersold. No, they always deliver the goods for us. First of all, in the fact that Fortnite's coming back, you've all been warned. It's coming back in potentially to one of my streams in the future because people blew through all the donation goals that I had originally, and Fortnite stream was one of them. But with that said, Epic Games was not to be outdone because they announced something else incredible.
Yeah.
Just for us, because right before press time, just as we were about to turn on the presses and have them start rolling out the papers for nerd glasses, they announced that Magic the Gathering Arena, the way you play Magic the Gathering's current and past sets digitally, is coming and now on Steam and available. It used to be its own third-party proprietary software, and it was bad. It was very bad.
Oh, no.
If you're like me and you don't play it every day, like our friends at Geek for All, and it needed to update, it would get to a point where there'd be too many things for it to try to, the launcher to update, and it would just crash itself.
Okay.
So now that it's on Steam, and it will be on the Epic Games Store in the future. Well, now that Epic Games has allowed it to be, because it was on the Epic Games Store, that's how they fixed their launch originally, but now that Epic Games has allowed it to go to Steam as well, they are sharing the wealth, they're sharing the fun, and they're not making me reinstall a third launcher on my computer.
Right.
Because me no want to.
It's on the floor now.
Wow. This is for Boder, and you throw it on the floor? Is that a message? Is that a threat?
That is how I feel that Disney treated its fans on Friday.
Oh?
I woke up on Friday to the news that Galactic Star Cruiser was going to be shut down at the end of September. Galactic Star Cruiser was the fully interactive hotel-like experience that cost $5,000 for 2 nights.
But I don't ever have $5,000.
The thing is, it's something that I would have absolutely wanted to do. I wish so much I could do it. But I have so many more things I could do with that money. For instance, a full week at Disney at one of the cheaper resorts is basically that much. Maybe a couple bucks extra. So Friday morning, I was kind of upset, but like, it's not something I was realistically going to be able to do anyway. And then Disney also announced that they are taking a lot of shows off of Disney Plus.
What? You've been a streaming service for 10 minutes! Cool it, bros!
The idea behind the streaming service was it'll be our entire catalog. It's up there the whole time. And now stuff like the documentary on the lyricist behind the songs of Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. Even though the Little Mermaid remake is coming out Friday. The Mighty Ducks series that just came out was Why the Last Man, which I've heard good things about but never got around to checking out. And the one that hurt me the most was Willow, which hasn't even been out for 6 months.
So, how is it already gone?
It will be gone Friday. You have until Friday to catch at least a dozen different things that Disney Plus has removed.
I don't have time to watch all of it by Friday. Let's see. You know what, though, Boder? It'll be fine. I'll go down to my local shop, and I'll buy it on Blu-ray, right?
That would be wonderful if Disney actually did physical releases. Way back, Mandalorian Season 1, everyone's like, cool, when are we getting Blu-ray? And Disney's like, never! There is going to be no legal way to watch this stuff now. And it's the kind of thing that, like, why are they doing it? Probably because they don't want to pay residuals to writers with a writer's strike going on. Will this stuff be put back up? Maybe. But for now, it's just gone. And so if you want to watch these things after Friday, I'm not going to advocate for illegal things, but nor would I say that it's ethically imperative to do so on stream.
Speaking of
Who
which,
knows what my thoughts are off stream?
Speaking of which, did you hear what Netflix is going to be rolling out?
What's that?
Steve, how much does it cost for a basic Netflix account per month?
Well, while you look that up, the Chief IGTV, welcome to hanging out in the stream. That's why I buy physical copies. The point is that physical copies don't exist. I bought a bootleg of Willow off of eBay, and we'll see how that comes in.
For the standard price with ads, $6.99. Standard price without ads, $10.
Fair! All good. And I could have my Netflix, and Boder could watch my Netflix, and Steve could watch my Netflix, and Alec could... But wait... No, they're the first people rolling out that long-threatened. How much, after they roll out this patch, is it going to cost for me to have more than one account on my $6.99 or $9.99 monthly subscription?
$7.99 per extra user.
Per extra user. It's going to cost more than the base subscription with ads to have a Netflix with more than one library and account and favorites list.
I thought that was going to be per house. Is that per user or per household where they track like IPs? Per profile. Gross. Okay.
Think about that. You and your kids, you and your friends, you and your family, friends that you've shared are all going to share the same favorites list. Have fun finding anything.
Yeah, because like I mean, I'll say so many people share Netflix stuff across households, and I thought it was something that they were going to be tighter on, like tracking IPs and regular users. Oh, this is 2 different households. We got to do something about this. I didn't realize it would be per user because like Steph and I share one because whatever. But if you're in a household with like, 2 parents,
multiple adults,
yeah, with.
You have to pay for multiple screens for more than one person to watch at the same time.
At the same time as multiple screens, yeah, but like
Even
with.
if they're in the same household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this.
Have more than 2 people, or actually only more than one person running at a time.
I think this is going to. I don't think this is going. When do they say it's going to roll out?
In the next few months.
The Nebulous in the next few months? I don't think they're going to do it, and if they do, I think it's going to be rolled back really hard because...
I hope so.
They already rolled it back. It was supposed to happen at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It already got pushed back once.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. If it's something they're trying to keep multiple house... Because I think that this is their way to try to backdoor account sharing. Where people in like 3 different households are all sharing one Netflix account. And I get that, but by doing it like this by user, this ain't it, Chief. This is not the way.
There's so many subscription services that they are hurting each other, which ends up hurting the consumer. Chief is right. Because how many times here in Insane Games, where if you walk into the store, there are 6 televisions immediately visible.
Yeah.
If one person logs on YouTube TV that's not at the Insane Games thing, one of our screens gets kicked off.
So
it's obnoxious. Like
Steph and I, so Google's a little different. So like Steph and I each have our own YouTube account. We have a family YouTube premium account. Where I'm able to add her as a user on it. And so we each have our own YouTube accounts, but a family account can have up to 4 accounts under the same. Like it's $22.99 for up to 4 accounts. It is just barely less than if each of us got YouTube Premium on our own.
6 accounts.
6 now? Okay. My mistake. Thank you for the correction. So it's like I like the. I like so. If Netflix does this, what I think they should do is it should be that base $6.99 or $9.99 for one account, or $14.99 for up to X number of accounts. Up to X number of profiles. I guess. So doing it per additional profile is really rough, but I could see them maybe if they look at the competition that's out there, because YouTube is in competition with Netflix, whether or not they want to admit it. It is screen time. It is sitting on the couch. That's what's on the TV. YouTube is our most used streaming service at home. If they look at that and say, okay, if we have our, nerf it and say, first off, if you're going to do this, an individual account should be cheaper. $4.99 or $8.99. Just chop $1 off or something. But then call it $12.99 for your account with up to X number of profiles. Still not as awesome as the current system, but I think a decent middle ground? I don't know.
The Chief, by the way, claiming, I'm saying that 2 to 3 major services will combine by the end of the year.
It's possible, yeah.
If all of them are screaming their numbers all the way up, it's got to happen.
That's true. Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN all have similar ownership. I think Bob Iger recently said, committed to keeping Hulu separate because of its own things, but at the same time talking about how some things from one platform might go to another. There might not be a meaningful distinction between them in a couple years if they both still exist.
And I won't lie, as somebody that's trying to watch baseball and had access to an account that had Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, boy, why bother?
Yep. HBO Max just became Max. Which was more rebranding than anything, but also HBO Max has did some pretty bad stuff with cancellations last year. Canceling Catwoman when it was right about to come out. Just being like, no, we don't want this to come out. And that's another thing, too, is that a lot of the stuff that gets canceled, a lot of the shows that get canceled are the more unconventional narratives. Willow was a very strong LGBT plus led program with a lot of unconventional stuff going on. Same thing with a lot of things getting canceled. A lot of stuff that has been pulled off of Max in the last year have been queer or indigenous led or stuff like that. That's just stuff that doesn't appeal to the old white men running the thing, and so when they look for corners to cut, those are the first ones to go.
Well, just remember, the time for pride flags is now done. That month is over. So let's all just shove that back over there.
No, it's actually just about
important for them to,
yeah, it's just about to start, which makes the optics even worse.
Disgusting.
Pride month is right around the corner, and off this stuff goes.
Can we fly our ally flag during the month? Yeah.
Yeah. Disney canceled. Right. Owl House is another one that got canceled, which had a bisexual lead in a lesbian relationship. Can I have my stuff? I just want my stuff. I know. I wish. Yeah, Max removed a bunch. That was Max that removed the Cartoon Network stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just the promise of streaming, as it has been sold to us, is very clearly not coming to fruition. And so it's back to the high seas with the yo-ho-ho, which... Here's the thing, when streaming was delivering on that promise, piracy rates went down because a lot of people just want an easy, legal way to watch stuff.
Yep. Nobody wants to click download several times, unzip something, torrent something, do all these things. Nobody wants extra work. They just want to open something up and watch it.
Mm-hmm. And the more difficult you make it... I mean, Game of Thrones was the most pirated thing while it was running. But it still made bonkers amounts of cash for HBO because more people were watching it legally. There are people who will probably always pirate stuff, but they are not the majority doing the pirating. The majority are people that just want to watch a thing, and companies won't let them.
Owl House is really good too.
I never got around to watching Owl House.
Oh my god, I'm going to lose it.
I need to watch Owl House. I haven't. Fortunately, I know that there are good people out there that keep archives of things so that things can always be watched.
Speaking of archiving, a story that we wish would go away, and yet... I literally just tried to get on my HBO Max account that I was on yesterday, and what happened, Chief? We'll put a pin in the story I was about to announce. Ooh,
it's suspense.
Please tell me they biffed the logins. And now that it's Max, I have to change my password and can't log in.
There's the other shoe dropping.
What? They literally just rebranded. Come on! I'm mad for you, Chief.
No Max for you.
Max, you just made the list.
You just made the list.
James has really bad luck with passwords.
He really does. This doesn't help that he has like 3 of the most attention deficit employees who are like, can't log in. I'll just change the password. It's fine. Did you tell anybody to change the password? No.
What's the problem? You can just change the password
change
yourself.
The password yourself.
No, but it can't be a previous password, and we've already run through the entirety of Merriam-Webster.
Stop, Steve. Says the Chief.
What'd I do? I'm just speaking the truth.
It's not me, says the Chief. But you know who it is this week? The story that won't go away, of course, our Microsoft Actibliz merger has hit the headlines once again. Because even though a large company in this country is currently in the processes of suing Activision Blizzard, our good friends in China have approved the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger with no strings attached.
Knowing how Blizzard basically pulled out of China or was shoved out of China, whatever.
Yeah, none of their games, by the way, can be played unless they are disc-based media. All the server-based games, World of Warcraft,
Immortal.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Diablo.
We have phones.
We do have phones. I don't have Diablo Immortal. I'm not paying for that game, but
yeah. So maybe it's because it's like, yeah, that doesn't make a difference to us. Like Blizzard's not here. Activision. Well, maybe there's Activision stuff. I don't know, but I'm not going to speculate on why. But okay, cool. That's another major hurdle.
I mean, China's just joining a bunch of other countries that are going, great, a company that already makes a lot of money and does good business is going to be making more money in business. Great, keep moving. Like, let's not make this a bigger thing. So we will see how that shakes out in the rest of the world, how the lawsuits shake out, and how things continue to go in that regard. I do have one more story that I am very excited about. I know we are close to the bell time.
Sorry, the candy was little, and I chewed on it, and it broke open. And nobody even donated the extra that I teased for people to donate, and I just spaced, and it left it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently it wasn't that bad then.
I mean, I'm not having a pleasant time. But it wasn't that bad, but it's not. Anyway, last story of the evening.
First of all, Bruner just realizing that they're rebooting Clone High. Welcome to the 90s, my friend. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. But a quote from the show, by the way.
Thank you for clarifying. I was lost.
My good friend, a member of my family almost, Matthew Porretta. Does anyone recognize that name? It's very important here. His work has been mentioned on this stream numerous times. Any guesses as to who this person is?
Secretly Kojima?
Is the tinfoil hat on, Boner? I mean, really.
I mean, I had to place the guess.
That's fair. That's fair. Steve, quick guess. Matthew Porretta. Whom?
Sounds familiar.
Should sound familiar. I've mentioned him numerous times on this program and the Weekend Wednesday. And on Boater's channel, if that makes anything. He's a voice actor, and he portrays the voice of Alan Wake.
As soon as you said voice actor, I'm like, is this the guy that voiced Alan Wake? Because yes, I mean, no points for saying it after you revealed it.
It still counts. You're able to piece. It's like when you play those mobile games where it's like guess the answer right before the door closed. You typed in the answer because the last clue gave it. So
it's like when you can only sing a song when you're listening to it, but if you had to sing it on your own, you're completely lost.
So our good friend said that in an interview, very casually, Alan Wake 2 supposed to be coming out in October. Can't wait. So hyped. Gonna be yelling, running around screaming, just running to stores, just buying copies errantly and handing them to people. Cannot wait. This is not official news from Remedy, by the way. This is not endorsed by Remedy Games. This is just a voice actor being cornered, like so many others, during question sessions and giving an answer to a question asked. So here's hoping that in October I have a really cool Alan Wake 2 game to just disappear into for a little while.
That felt like a good one to end on. Like we were a little up and down. We got kind of angry at streaming services, but I think we pulled it back, and it went really well. So thank you everybody that's here. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out with us. Whether you're here for hearing the St. Jude updates or you're here for me to make faces with a piece of candy for half an hour, we deliver. We deliver
every week, right here, live at 7:45, right out here on Insane Games TV.
So thank you all very much for watching. Of course, make sure that you are following the channel for a bunch of awesome creators and streams that are here every single weekday. Hold on, I have a durian burp again.
Join us in the conversation in the Discord down below, and you can make sure to check out my co-host here and I challenge you to Google anything.com/boaterbug and then tell me what the request gave up. I really do want to know. Screenshots or it didn't happen. And you can find...
I should probably grab cake just to be safe.
My work on Twitch outside of Insane Games TV at DAM314.
Make sure that you are following on the Discord, because I do have a tabled topic regarding GameStop that is a fun little read that I will try to post in the next day or two, something that we didn't get to. So
you get what you don't pay for.
You get what you don't pay for. So if you want to see what that's all about, make sure you're following the Discord. Make sure you follow us right here at Insane Games TV. And, of course, us individually is super appreciated. There is just over 1 week left for St. Jude Play Live fundraising in this challenge season. So we appreciate you hanging out in our streams, those of the rest of Caladrius, and anyone raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital during this time. Hang out. Thank them for the work that they're doing. Contribute if you can, and if not, keep sharing the link to those that can. And we will be back next week on Tuesday with 1 day to go in the challenge season to say how it's been going. We'll see if Caladrius has hit the next goal, and we're going to have a good time. So make sure you're back here on Tuesday as well as the rest of the week for everyone else. Until then, I've been Boater.
I've been Dave Mann.
That's been Steve. And that's been a live studio audience. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.